All right. So we said typical margins could be anywhere from, 60 to 80%.
I'd say 60 to 80 is if you're driving.
Okay.
So if you're not driving, it's going to end up closer to, 20 or 30. But what you've got there is very few expenses. Like I said, the only real things you're paying for: insurance, payroll, fuel, and if you have a driver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the startup.
Yeah.
I buy the route.
Yep.
Right. And now I'm the owner of the route. What are my costs? What costs do I incur initially? Yeah. And then what does startup look like? How do I transition into that role to take over the route?
Yeah. I mean, the important first kind of backup step there is, we talk about buying. This is a space where you don't have to use a bank. You don't have to bring your own bank. Almost all of these bakeries will finance it for you. So, they'll come in and I think that's one of the biggest things that you can take as confidence as a buyer coming in is that the actual bakery, the provider of all of this, believes in this model enough that they finance it themselves, and they'll do it. They'll do a credit check essentially, but beyond that, they will provide financing. You only need 10% down.
Okay.
And so for any of those routes, you're coming in at a pretty low price point. You come in, and the only other startup is if there's no vehicle as a part of the purchase. Some will come with it, some won't. You don't have to have in this space like a brand new 2025 fancy vehicle. This is something where there's not a ton of requirements on what the vehicle has outside of the space to hold the bread.
Got you. Yeah. Are there any compliance things that you may need, like a commercial, license plate or anything like that?
Yeah.
Like
anything? You need a DOT number.
Okay.
And you do need, commercial insurance. You need general liability insurance and workers' comp insurance as well. But other than that, there's not a lot of hoops to jump through. And if you're buying, you will kind of have a training period with most of these bakeries where they'll kind of introduce you to the route, even if you're buying, where you'll kind of go through an interview process that will help with as well.